Hi and welcome back to this lab. We're looking at the local account management capabilities of Centrify Server Suite 2016. In this video, we're going to look at provisioning actions after a user is enabled or disabled. In the previous video, as you saw, we were able to prove that we could enable users or disable them in a set of servers or a subset of servers, right? But typically we want actions to be triggered once the accounts have been provisioned. For example, a great example would be creating a home directory or randomizing the password. We're going to have the next video talk about passwords with CPS, but in this case, we're going to see how this is enabled with Centrify. So by default, the parameter that enables this is not set because it's highly customizable. There is a script that is provided by Centrify. All you need to do is modify the Centrify config file. So I'm going to do a search here. The parameter is called AD client local account notification CLI, and you can use the handle local accounts.sh sample script that is included by Centrify. So you can actually write your own if you want, and it actually has open functions for you to have the handler be whatever you need for your needs. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to enable it. By default, it's not enabled or populated. So I'm going to go ahead and enable it, and I'm going to do an AD reload. This should tell AD client to reload the configuration. And let's do a couple of verifications here. As you can see, my user James Fu is not enabled right now. It's removed from etc password. So if I do get tent password and then James Fu, you'll see that we're not gonna see any results, right? Also, if I cat the etc or the home directory, home folders have no James Fu, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick. Let's queue the AD manage local command. So in previous videos, I've been doing AD reload. AD manage local, you know, is actually the right way to do things, right? So um, let's uh, let's enable the account. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's do the AD manage local. And if we do, we can check for James, and notice that James has been enabled, right? And let's take a look at the home directories, and notice that now there's a home directory for James Fu. So in the previous video, when I was doing this, dc-do-su dash James Fu, um, I was getting an error because it wasn't putting me in the home directory, or I didn't have a shell designated for it. So that was on purpose to make sure that you understand that there's kind of like it's like a two key thing. You can enable the user account management, but the actions are in your control, and Centrify provides a parameter and a sample script for do this. So in the next video, we're going to see how we can use a password manager, in this case Centrify Privilege Manager, to also, when we trigger this type of functions, that we can at the same time do password management. So looking forward to showing you that.